Hello, my friends, YouTube, what's going on? I'm going to use my different camera today. I was just telling my other friends, I don't use this camera nearly enough. And I think what I want to do today is do like a whole space tour. I don't know that I've done that in a little while, and at least not at this resolution and quality. I just want to explain kind of how my rooms are set up, what I've been dealing with, the plan, as it were, or the things that I was dealing with for the longest time. So just a tour of the spaces, explain what the audio systems are all about and what they're supposed to be, because right now they're a bit of a mess. So what we're looking at first, we're in the what I call the dark room. This is supposed to be the home theater. I've got a 55-inch TV there reflecting the lights that are behind me to the left and right. Right now I have the Arundel towers that are actually connected to the computer with my power distribution here. This actually turns on and off some lights. A lot of my peripherals are all plugged in through that surge protector / switch. Makes everything really, really easy. I can turn all of the things off. Yes, the LEDs have a slow flicker rate. So the back of the space actually houses all the boxes. This is the boxes. The box of the synergistic research stuff, some of my additional shelving boxes, the Monolith T6 towers here, just waiting for a surround system. I did actually sell my surround system, so my theater sound Kanto YU5 passives, Monoprice, the Monolith B6 bookshelves there, that's all waiting for the home theater system, which the space did have at one point, but I sold it because, bills. Bills and responsibilities. Kind of sucks. But yeah, behind the curtains, these are just blackout curtains, which are not really totally blackout curtains. As you can see, it kind of works, but not completely. I have foil on my window. This is to block the sunlight from outside. I have my Arundel boxes, my SVS boxes, more SVS boxes. All the stuff is behind here, just loaded up onto the window. The window, of course, this leads to directly outside. Show you what's going on there. So thank God I was able to book myself in a space that was on the ground floor so I could move all my stuff in and out. So yeah, my TV is set up on this foam just back here on the table. All of my peripherals and cables and all kinds of other stuff. The other speaker I'm not using. Cable I'm not yet using. All that stuff is down here, which is a complete mess. My air conditioner, which came in handy throughout the summer, it was super, super hot. So I just plugged the air conditioner into the window. And then I've got this really fancy, not so fancy, it's the lid for this bin. I just put the lid on the ground to catch any potential leaking from the air conditioner. As you could see in some of my previous videos, the hose that was attached outside here leaked through the wall and then flooded this whole corner of my apartment, which is not great. So, yeah. Again, the other Monolith tower. The rear of the Arundel towers here just plugged in, 2-channel stereo. I've got the binding posts left in, so it's plugged into, come around this way. It's plugged into the SMSL unit here. This is just a stereo sort of operation. Topping DAC, taking optical signal from my TV, and the Xbox plugged in down here runs HDMI into the TV. So it's sort of acting as a pass-through. I've got my AC Infinity fans. This one. Yeah. So my AC Infinity fans actually cool off the Xbox. Got an extra fan there to run. Yeah, so I just turn that on and off. Yeah, pretty cool. So that's the 2-channel system. Right now I've got the Arundel towers in here, which is, the lights are blinking again. Let's just stop that. So that's why I love having that switch there. You could just power everything on and off manually rather than it being smart home. Yes, this is budget 101. So around the rear of the space, it's a little bit messy. I ride my bike to work. I only work 10 minutes away. It doesn't make any sense. I've been in the city my whole life, so biking, transit, bus, walking has always been the financial advantage. However, the more into audio I got, the more I realized that having a car or vehicle to transport said audio stuff benefits greatly. So it is what it is. The Monolith C6 center channels are supposed to be horizontal, but I bought them at such a good deal. I'm actually using them as my surround sound. So this room was set up as an 11 channel 7.1.4. So this area right here where I've got these solid steel, not solid steel, but Sansus something stands. One of the surrounds was on the side, so one of them was here like a mini monitor. And then I was using the bookshelves as a center channel. And then the towers were taken care of left and right. So I would have the tower, a bookshelf, a tower, and then around the rear I would have the side surround would be one of these. And then the other one that's on the inside, this was the back surround. And then these were my heights. These are the THX coaxial speakers. And you can see I have a contraption there. So the contraption is part of a design that I engineered in order to have my height channels in my room. I'm only going to show you for 2 seconds because I'm still working on it, and I truly don't want to be giving away this design and this engineering work that I've done. You know how it is out there. If you don't actually protect your work, people will steal it. The thing is, I've had it in my room, and lots of people in the industry know that I designed this myself, and it doesn't exist really anywhere else. So I wanted to have height channels up into my space, but this is an apartment, so I had to figure out how to mount them above me without making any holes or damage or whatever. So I used these poles, which are drywall poles, and they're extendable. So you can see, like, you can just mount them that way. You can extend them using the clips. And then I made these rails, which actually house the speaker. So you can see that these have these wheels on them. You can say, well, why do you have wheels on a speaker like that? If you're just going to mount them, wouldn't you just have like a solid piece of wood and you can mount them like SVS does in hotels? Well, yeah, but you know, there's multiple formats. So if you mount a speaker and it's stationary, you don't have very many options. But if the speaker can move, then you can, you know, it'll be Atmos here and then Auro 3D here, and then the railing allows it to move. And that's the design that I created because I wanted to be able to test and demo and move some speakers around for audio demos, but life is fucking complicated, and that never happened. So that's the idea. They do work great. THX models are fantastic. They match sonically with the other speakers. They're very, very budget, and that's basically what this whole system is all about. It's DVD collection, 4K, regular Blu-ray, not DVDs, not anymore anyways. These speakers are actually Denon from a long, long, long time ago. You can screenshot and capture that. That's from a home theater in a box that I purchased way back in like 2005. It was a 5 or 7 channel surround system, and those were the speakers that came with it, plus a subwoofer. So I think it was 7 speakers plus the sub. Pretty good. It lasted me quite a while. What I did, because it wasn't like those generic sort of speakers that have like proprietary clips, these actually have the regular clips. I was able to mount and change the speakers over time, so I could upgrade my speakers if I saw fit to do that. And that's what I did. Over time, I just kind of grew. So from roughly 2005 onwards, I sort of slowly built my sound system up to where it is now. And I mean, that's quite a long time ago now. That's 20 years. So some things grew fast, some things grew slow. The fact that I have these Arundel towers now is some of the best that I've ever had in my space. But as we're going to see, this isn't the only space. As you know, you've been on the channel before. You know that I have 2 rooms. These Arundels are typically in that space until I got the SVS. So let's take a walk into the 2-channel room. And I'm going to have to turn the music off here momentarily. Oh my goodness. All right. Let me back up again. So this is the 2-channel room. You can hear already that this is much more insulated, isolated. I'm back in the doorway now, so my voice might be a little bit different. So the doorway is all bare. There's no carpet. And the solid surface is here. When we walk into this space, though, you can hear almost right away my voice will change. And you'll see that it's all insulated, or not insulated, but acoustically treated in some sort of fashion, mostly for looks, because to be honest, what they call blackout curtains don't actually have any specific acoustic properties. They just look good. It's better than the paint in here. These are not necessarily tuned to anything in terms of diffraction ratios or frequencies. It's just Amazon panels. I think they look the part. I mean, they definitely have like a vibe. It's one of those slow motion shots that people do in their videos, which I'm not really good at. Well, the reason I don't do them mostly is because I don't want to edit it later. We just pretend that this was a slow edit that I put in here. I can do it, but I just don't like editing it. So the system, let's talk about the system. Rotel RC1590 Mark II preamp. I should probably get a close-up when I'm saying that. So that is one of their flagship preamps. It doesn't have a streamer involved. It doesn't have HDMI. It's an older sort of, it came out a while ago, so it didn't have all that stuff included. It sounds great. I'm using the Weem Pro Plus. I wonder if I can zoom. Can I zoom? Yeah, I'm using the Weem Pro Plus there. That's the Weem Pro Plus streamer, which is it going into the Rotel via coaxial, and then the Rotel CD11 Tribute player. I'm using also coaxial into the Rotel, which is using a Texas Instruments DAC. Really pretty good. I like it. To the speakers, actually from the preamp out to the amplifiers, these are Orchard Audio Star Crimson Premium Monoblock amplifiers. They are XLR input, 1-channel output. Really good stuff. I appreciate these. They sound great. Lots of bass, lots of grip, lots of control, really good clarity. The cables are just some Amazon stuff. I don't even know what they are. Let me get all the way in here, show you what's going on. Hanline. I don't know what they are. Basically just copper wrapped up in a white sheath, which is why I got the white, because of my room. The speakers are the SVS Ultra Evolution bookshelves. They're the new ones with the fancy tweeter. You can see there the lattice structure. The woofer's been improved a bit, the crossover a little bit. If you want to know more about crossovers and analyzing these speakers, check out GR Research. Danny Ritchie basically ripped into them and had an opinion on their build quality and capacitors, and his normal thing. Go check that out. SVS SB1000 Pro subs. So these are the ones with the updated amplifiers. The amplifier section has all the controls built in, basically RCA input, high level input also, but I'm not using those. All the settings were programmed in with the app on my phone. And obviously the same thing on the other side. So you may be wondering, and a lot of people maybe don't know, I really have always had a thing for ninja and martial arts movies. Bruce Lee was one of my heroes when I was growing up, as was probably many people. So I have a number of swords here that are, yes, they are absolutely sharp. They are what they call battle ready. I have a number of them here for a reason. This one is this one and this set, because I have another matching one on this side. This set is actually to honor my mom and her partner, who both died of cancer. His sword, the black one, was given to me quite a long time ago when they were still together, and it was a complicated situation I don't want to talk about. But he gave it to me at that time, and I've kept it with me ever since. And the white one here, the white one with turquoise and gold, gold not so much my mom's favorite color, but turquoise absolutely her favorite color, white leather, and chrysanthemums in the handle. So I got this sword set to represent them both, and this room is dedicated to my mom, who passed away of cancer in 2023, because white was her favorite sort of base color. This is something that I felt would represent her and stay with me every time I listen to music, and a way for me to remain connected. So mom was cremated in 2023, and at the time of her death, I had asked to save one thing, which you can't really recognize here yet, but I will show you. It's as an homage, and I don't mean to get heavy in the middle of an audio video here. She always had really nice hair and spent a lot of time taking care of it. So when she passed, I asked if I could take her braid. And this is quite literally the last remaining piece, because as I said, mom was cremated. So I keep this here now by the sword to bring some of the spirit into the space while I listen to music. And that's what the singular sword in the front is supposed to represent for me. So that's a little heavy. I apologize for anybody that triggers, but I want my audience to know and understand why I do certain things. Like, why is my chair now pink? Why did I decide to get a pink chair? Of all things, why? Well, it's not actually a bad color. I really like this. This is a little bit cluttered. Mom wouldn't like that at all, and I can see why. There's a lot that needs to change in terms of cleaning up in here and being tidy. But why the pink chair? Well, the thing is, black and white is really stark color, and there's a lot of high contrast, but it's very boring. And in the spirit of my mom, she would always have like accents that represent certain things around the space, like yellows and oranges and flowers and things like that. So this, in a way, even though I don't know if she would really particularly like this color, for now, this is a way to represent that singular accent. And a good friend of mine, we went to Costco on the weekend and saw these big blankets for very cheap. And I thought, you know what? I think it's maybe time I change some things up, and that's what we're going to do. So the other change that happened, some people are going to recognize going into our 20th minute here, the mirror is gone. I've had some people complain about the mirror, and other people have talked about how you turn the video on and the first thing you see is feet, and some people don't like that. So I've taken the mirror and I've put it against the wall for now until I can refinish it and sell it. So to all of those out there that didn't like the mirror, there you go. That's what it looks like without the mirror, and now you can criticize me further without the mirror. So I've listened to a little bit of music. I sat down to listen to the system again. My final thoughts and opinions on the synergistic research stuff will be coming up. I'll have to perhaps edit my opinions on that one because I need to use footage. Or maybe I'll do it live and just include the previous footage. So I have my other cables back in, standard power cables, standard speaker cables, the standard coaxial cables from the preamp, from the streamer, from the CD player, that kind of stuff. All that stuff is back in the system now. So I can comment on kind of what I hear the differences and bring my final thoughts on my experience with synergistic research. But anyways, that should do for this video. Hopefully everybody appreciates the different format, the information. Anything that I might have missed, please comment. Ask me in the comment section. I appreciate it. And I have a lot of previous videos. Before this one, there are over 200, I think. So there might be a video about the things that you're asking. So have a browse. It's not just a way for people to watch more of my videos. I know there's a lot of bait going on. Everybody's trying to make money from views and clicks. And to be honest, I think 50% of it is absolutely horrendous. But you know what? In the purpose of answering questions, a lot of these creators spend a lot of time working on those answers, and those answers are already out there. So it's fair enough to ask people to browse for it, have a look it up yourself, kind of thing. That's why Google exists and why we have search engines. So anyways, from me and the pink chair, the rest of my system, I'm going to sit and have a listen today, get used to the cables again, the position without the mirror, of course, that's the new thing, and we'll see how it goes. So thank you for watching this one. I appreciate your viewership, your comments, your support, all of those things, and hopefully to see you in the future. We'll bring you the final review on the Orchard Audio amplifiers, which I need to do, the final integration of the SVS and subs, the Arundel towers I'm going to put back here so I can talk about how the subs blend overall, where there's a downfall in the whole system, things that I'm playing with. Also, if people don't know, there are some updates for the Weem Pro Plus. They do have a room correction with a PEQ curve, so I'm going to talk about how that helps a little bit. But yep, that's it for me for today. That's just a tour of the space, talk about the rooms, what I've got going on, things that have changed, plans that have changed, and a potential for the future, I suppose. So we'll see what happens. The next big thing to happen is in October, which is Audio Fest. It's a long time to wait, so we'll have to fill in some space between now and then. So any ideas you have, please let me know. Let's talk. Any kind of comments or any kind of content, things that are out there in the world you want my opinion on, deep dive on topics, whether it's technology or problems in the room. If there's something that I've talked about you want me to help you figure it out, that's all good. Anyways, that's enough for me. I think I've been rambling. I will see you in the next video. I really appreciate your support and viewership. Your comments mean a lot to me as well. Conversation is much, much better than attention, in my opinion. So please, comments are the best thing you could do. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Take care of yourselves.